Hi, everyone. Welcome to OnVibe. I'm your host, Maria Shapley, the show where I talk with leaders who want to create calm, clarity, and change in the world and how they stay on vibe. I'm sitting down with Jesse Cove. He is an actor and he's got some really great things coming out and that he's already worked on. I can't wait to talk with him. Welcome to OnVibe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Excited to be here.
you're welcome. Okay, so when did you start acting?
I actually grew up in the industry because my father is an actor, so I was always around, movie sets when I was younger, and I would always steal my dad's camera and make little home
Oh,
movies.
nice.
And but I always really enjoyed entertaining my family. I was always pretending I was a magician and like performing magic tricks in front of them. So there was definitely a desire to entertain,
Yeah.
make voices and make people laugh and do impersonations. I always naturally enjoyed doing that. And then, I was never pushed into the business by my family at all. I always enjoyed being in like acting classes and plays in school and high school and all that. And then my mom was like, "Oh, you want to try an improv class just for fun?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I just fell in love with it. Uh, and then when I was about 17, I was kind of like, "Oh, I could really do this as like my profession. I would love to maybe try this." And then, I went tried to get an agent and all that and got all that going. And that's kind of how I started doing it. Went to film school as well. So I kind of started late, but I also had an inside look into the
The inside
industry that
scoop.
nobody really
Of
usually
course.
gets.
Of course.
So I was grateful for that, having like literally growing up, I always say like movie sets were like my second home. And it was always, I always would much rather be on a movie set than being in school.
Of course.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
It's
my
way more fun.
it is. Yeah, it's creative. It's fun. Sometimes I could
Yeah.
like help the set designers do stuff. It was a really I was really grateful that I was able to have that experience. I'm really, lucky and grateful for my dad who would always want to bring me with him, and
What a privilege.
it really was. And I was fortunate enough to like travel the world and,
Wow.
go see him on different sets where he, had taken me. He did a movie in India and he was,
Bring you along.
we worked it out with the teachers where they let me go, and
Yeah.
it was incredible. Just those experiences are once in a lifetime.
Of course. Okay. And so you got an agent at 17 and then you started working professionally as an actor?
Yeah, I would start auditioning, and
Mhm.
it's been a slow build
Mhm.
since then. I've always feel like every year it's just gets better and better and better than the next.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I even also I forgot to mention, like, even when my dad was doing movies, I worked on a lot of those film sets too. I've been a PA, production
Okay.
assistant on
Mhm.
those. I've done runs to grab coffee for actors when I was like 14, 15. I was working on movie sets, so I've seen it all.
Yeah.
So
Do you think that helps to wear all hats and just to be part of it?
absolutely,
Yeah.
very important. I've been a producer and an actor on the same project as well, and I think it's really important to know what the other person is doing and what they're supposed to do and what that feels like. That's also why actors make really great directors, because they can put themselves in the shoes of the actor, and there's like a communication that they can create
Absolutely.
together that's really an amazing, immersion.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So I know you have it was a film, The Firefighter,
The Last
the
Firefighter. Yeah,
Last Firefighter,
yeah.
and that's the most latest thing that you filmed?
That's the most. I'm very busy right now, which is great.
Yeah, what are
I'm
you
very
working on?
fortunate. I actually just finished a film in Toronto called Tennessee Ride Along, which is an action comedy.
Okay.
Then before that was The Last Firefighter, which is what you were just mentioning. Really incredible film. I'm so proud of. It's a very deep. It's a drama, but it also has a spiritual element to it. That's
Ooh,
with John Voight, Kelsey Grammer,
wow.
Jessica Lord. She's in as well, and we play love interest. She was wonderful to work with, and you know John Voight and Kelsey were. I mean, these guys are, you
Oh,
know,
they're
they're like
like the best, some of the
titans
best?
of
Yeah, yeah.
of of film and cinema and theater. Like Kelsey, I didn't realize how much of a theater background he has. I was talking to him on set of just about all these different plays and shows that he had growing up, and
Huh. I didn't know
and
that.
he was just, yeah, he just loves what he does. And John Voight was just amazing. Like, I was so blown away by working with him because he's so with it and so on it. He's like, whatever it is, 30, 40 years older than me, and he's like, he's early on set. He knows everyone's dialogue, mine
Nice.
and his. Like, I mean, he's just, and he would be there later than everyone, and then he'd be like shadow boxing me the whole time, and for fun. And
He's on
he
it.
was, yeah, he was just amazing, and it was so like I actually showed up to set on days I wasn't working so that I could watch him and Kelsey work, because it was like
Smart.
it was incredible to see these two work off each other. I mean, I was
Mm-hmm.
just sitting there in like Videoville, just like, look
Mm.
at this. I mean, it was such a treat. Like really, it was like such a gift to be able to be with them and do our art together. It was definitely a personal
Mm.
achievement for me
I
to,
bet.
yeah, it was great.
I bet.
Really, really great.
What a great experience.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then the movie itself is, directed by Sean McNamara,
Oh,
who's amazing. He's got a film out right now called Soul on Fire. He was also just amazing. So much energy. He was so funny every time we do a take, and he goes genius, and then move on with everything. And those are his notes.
Okay.
And also Stephen Paul, our producer, who literally has shepherded this entire project from beginning to end, and Fern Champion, the casting director, as well. They were all in the room when I auditioned for this.
Yeah, what was that like?
It was, auditions are a little nerve-wracking. It was also
Yeah.
amazing because this was an in-person audition, which is kind of a rare thing these days. So, they told me I got a call back and all this stuff, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna be in the room with John. John's gonna be reading with you." And I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
cool."
Cool.
And so I was in there, and we were in there chatting, and we also have like some mutual friends and stuff like that. But it was just so fun to just be there with him, and there was actually extra scenes that I had prepared that they didn't even really weren't even doing that day. And I said, are you doing these scenes at all? And they're like, no, we weren't, but do you want to? And I was like, I did prepare them, and they're like, oh, great. And then John was like, I'll read with you. I'll do it. And then we did the scene together, and it was an emotional scene too. And that was the other thing. John's emotions are right here. Like, he
Really?
is ready to go no matter where he is. I
Wow.
mean, he will tell me a story of something he saw on like Instagram or something of anything, and he just will get emotional
He's a great
talking about it.
storyteller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he feels things, and in that room, we were both, right there with each other, and his emotions were there, full, and I was right there, and they gave me the part in the room, which was
Right on the
such a
spot, they gave you
right
the.
there. Yeah,
Are
it
you
was amazing.
serious?
I couldn't believe it at the time. It was, Steven, the producer, calls me in, and they sent me outside for a minute, and then they brought me back in, and they were like, I think Steven said something like, "Well, clearly we like you, Jesse." I was like,
Well, thanks.
"Well, I like you guys," and then John said, "You're the guy." He said, "You're the guy," and I was like,
How did that feel?
that was amazing. John actually got emotional after that moment, because I got emotional because I said, "Are you guys offering me this here in the room?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then John like saw my happiness, and he like welled up, and then everybody was really happy. And I remember I wanted this part so bad because of the story. Like I'm a very patriotic person, so a movie about firefighters for me like was really meaningful. And there's just the journey of this character, what he goes on, and everybody else's was really important to me. And I remember when they did that, I remember like I went down the stairwell outside. I just was like super emotional walking down the stairs. I was just filled with gratitude, and and it was just amazing. And so literally, John calls me like a week later. He's like, "I'm so excited. We're gonna be doing this together." And and then I like, you know what, John? I was like, I really want to go talk to some firefighters. Like, did you do any of that? He's like, a little bit, not enough. I was like, well, let me make some calls. I called the Studio City Fire Department
Okay.
near where I live, and I told them. I literally walked up to the fire station. I knocked on the door, and they're like, "Hey." And they're like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm an actor, and I'm doing a movie about firefighters, and I would love to like sit down and talk to you guys."
Makes sense.
And they were like, "Oh, yeah, like we would love to talk to you." And then I told them like John Voight and Kelsey Grammer are part of it, and they got really excited. And so they're like, "Why don't you come back on a Sunday?" And they're like, "We'll make a whole lunch for you guys." And so I called
That's
John.
amazing.
It was so cool. And so I called John, and of course he arrives early. He came with cake. And we sat with these guys. They made like a buffet for us. We sat with them for like 6 hours,
That's
just
so nice.
talking about their experiences and like what our movie's about and like what they go through. And like, I mean, these guys literally, while we were eating lunch with them, like a couple of them would have to go on a call.
Okay.
And then they'd come back and they're like, did we miss anything? Like,
What's
I was
happening?
Like, wait, what, did you guys just save someone's life? They're like, oh yeah, some guy's leg was broken or whatever, but it's all fine. They're like, so tell us more about,
Wow. Okay, so what does that teach you as like as an actor or as a person that they live these like extreme lives where they're
Yeah.
out there like saving someone,
Yeah.
when they come back and they're back to normal.
These like firefighters are literally the most selfless people. I mean, they will put their life on the line for people they don't even know.
Yeah.
People who may not be nice, people who could be nice people, who knows? But they're just the most humble guys and women and men that you can be around. I mean, they're so giving, and just being around them, they're so used to that. So to them, it's just like another day.
Yeah.
But it was really, again, like so humbling to like be around them and to tell their story, which that was really important to me. It was, I really wanted to like honor the firefighters and be as truthful as I could. And it's also incredibly like tragic what they have to see and deal with.
I'm sure.
So they have to be strong to continue to like persevere and push through this stuff. And that was something we talked about, and you can see some of these guys, some of them are a little more emotional than others. I was, one guy was saying like, I was like, so, how do you deal with some of this stuff? He was like, well, the other day, there was like a car accident. There was like a whole family in the car that was passed away.
Oh my
And they had to like pull the bodies out.
Oh.
And I was like, how do you deal with that? And he's like, it's just part of the job, and you have to, kind of just
Move on.
yeah, and you take some time. He's like, and also the other thing is like these guys don't sleep a lot. They work on like the shifts that they have.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about these guys. They're just
Jeez.
amazing.
Wow.
So
They sound amazing.
they are, and they all. I wanted to go work out with them. I was like, guys, I want to come
friends?
back and work out with you. Like they have these great gyms in this station. Anyway, it was just amazing. John and I had a great time with them, and he honored his character so well. And it's such a great film. I'm so excited about it.
And when does it come out?
It should be out, I think January, February,
February 26th is what I read before.
2026. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right. Okay.
And what is that? 3-4 months away?
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
So really excited for people to see this, and I'm excited to watch it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm like I keep texting them like, hey, can you tell me how's it going? And they're like, oh, we're in the edit. It's looking great.
Yeah. So excited.
Stephen Paul, the producer, actually told me this. He said, he's so funny. We were watching a movie, and he's like, yeah, I saw this movie, and I cried like 3 times. He says, but in our movie, he's like, I cried 4 times.
Oh, okay.
I was like, all right. And Stephen's a great guy, also very passionate about what he does. I'm happy to be working with him. He's great. Anyway, that is The Last Firefighter.
Okay.
Super, super excited for people to see that movie.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
And I know you've worked on many other things as well. What are some of your other favorites?
Well, one I just finished, which was great, is an action comedy called Tennessee Ride Along.
Okay.
Gary Wheeler, one of the producers, he's a great guy. I've worked with him before, and Marco, our director, was so fantastic to work with. And basically, it's about an actress played by Leah White. She's up in Canada, very funny. She plays an actress who does a ride along with a detective, me.
Okay.
And she's very annoying to me in the beginning of the movie. And then I end up getting kidnapped, and we end up having to work together
Oh,
to
great.
like get through this situation. It's really funny.
That sounds funny.
It's so funny. And like we're tied up to this chair like for a lot of the movie, and in a house, and like you don't know where we are, and the dynamics between her and I are fantastic.
Oh,
and yeah, it was a really, really fun project. People are just gonna laugh. It's so nice to do comedy as well, because I love doing action. I just love it.
Yeah,
It's so much fun. If I could like how Tom Cruise does his own stunts,
You would
find
do
the
it.
same joy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might jump off of a building if
not?
if it's all done properly, or
Right.
strap myself to a plane. Like, why not?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I do a lot of tactical training through Taryn Butler, Taryn Tactical. That it's where Keanu Reeves does all like for the John Wick movies. A lot of
Okay.
his training.
Okay.
So yeah, I love all that stuff.
Okay.
It's super fun.
Very fun. Yeah.
And And so yeah, this movie Tennessee Ride Along, that'll be out in 2026 as well. Excited for. It's also fun for people to see me do more comedy stuff. I don't get a chance to do that
Something
as much.
different.
I love making people laugh, and if I get a chance to,
It's the best medicine
I'll run
sometimes. Just
into it.
laugh. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And we were laughing on set the
Oh,
whole time. We were.
isn't that what's great about acting and being on set is that it's a family that you form during that time, and then hopefully moving forward.
It's so true. Once you start getting used to everybody and you all become friends, then you all have to go.
Yeah.
That's like how, because it's literally like summer camp. You have the best time in the world,
Right.
And then you always got to go do your different movies and things.
Yeah, it's true.
But hopefully you maintain the relationships with some of those people. If you had a good experience, hopefully, if you've worked with me, usually we stay in touch. We have a good time, and
Relationships are key.
it's everything.
Yeah.
It's literally everything in this business, in life, and it's. I've had people who've rehired me for things because they're like, oh, I know Jesse we're gonna have fun doing this with him.
Would you say that's what they look for most? Of course, like you have to be talented at what you do.
Yeah.
You're a great actor, but maybe because you're reliable and you're great to work with.
I think yes, that's obviously a huge part. I think you have to build that rapport with people, and then they know.
Yeah.
But I think in the beginning you got to get your talent in there and then see them, and then they know how you operate, and then it's nice to be on people's radar, because they're kind of working for you on the back end of things, and you're still trying to do stuff for yourself.
Yeah,
And, it's like those things are like a really pet peeve of mine, like set etiquette and also being positive on set. I cannot stand when there's like negativity on a movie set. I'll be the first
no
one
reason
to
for it.
totally, and I will confront wherever it's coming from. I will, and I'm not afraid to like go in there and be like, hey, like what's going on over here?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why are you? I remember like I forgot what movie it was. It was like the sound guy and one of the producers were like going at it, and I was like, guys, what's happening here? We're trying to get this great moment. Like,
Yeah.
what's the problem? Let's fix this, and then we got it resolved like that.
Good.
Yeah, because it is a fun experience. It should be a fun experience. Even when the work is really hard, sometimes it's super emotional or whatever. Like even through that, you can have these great experiences. Even if it's a horror movie,
Absolutely.
you're covered in blood, whatever.
Yeah.
You should be. There's scenes.
Fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a mindset. Like
Yes.
even if you're, 3 a.m., okay, it's an early call time or things don't always go as to plan, but
Yeah.
hey, just make it fun. Find a solution.
Totally. I'm going to say something really funny. So I will see actors, and actors are probably going to like hate me for saying this. I will see actors make Instagram posts where they're like taking selfies of themselves at
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 in the morning, and they're like, "Oh, it's 5 a.m. I got to go to work." I'm
Right.
like, "Shut up! You're doing a movie or a TV series.
Like
People would kill to be in your
Yeah,
position.
yeah.
Like, stop it."
there could be some skits made off of that, like where you're impersonating them, like doing that. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Be real.
Like the little coffee in their hand that someone literally put in their hand, the PA that
Yeah.
5 minutes before the photo, like here's your hot coffee.
Right. I just got you.
It's a blessing to be working and to be on a movie set. It's like that's also like one of the things that I enjoy talking about too is like open gratitude. It's like it literally comes back to you. Like every set I've ever been on, the day I arrive, if I'm in a trailer or in a building, whatever it is, sometimes you get a big trailer, sometimes you get a little trailer, whatever.
Yeah.
I always like just say thank you out loud.
Thank you.
Always. It's like part of my thing.
Yeah.
It's just like I just kind of put it back out in the universe. Like whatever it took to get me to this point,
Yeah.
whether it was me, my team, whatever, like I'm just always so happy that it worked out to
Definitely.
be there. Even like here with you, it's
Yeah.
it's great.
Grateful to have
Thank
you
you.
here. Yeah, thank you too. Right? And then like you keep thanking like one step from the
Yeah,
other. Then
yeah.
I just keep thanking the experience and I've received more things I can be thankful
Totally.
for.
There's like nothing to be really upset about.
No.
Like at the end of the day.
Really,
you
there's
know?
not.
Sure, there's like some things, but yeah, I don't know how I got on this tangent.
No, it's
Like,
great. It's great. Okay, so I'm curious, what type of acting training did you do? Or like, do you kind of,
Yeah, great question. I've kind of studied a lot of different acting techniques over the years. I've been to so many different classes. I studied with I did a little bit of Leslie Kahn. I've worked with Margie Haber. I've worked with, he was my acting coach for a while, who I still respect so much, is Michael Wolson.
Okay.
He has two great books. One is The Work of an Actor, and the other one is Emotion on Demand. Those have been like books I've always carried around with me for years. I'll even take pictures of the book on a set, and like I'll send it to him sometimes, be like, still got it.
Oh, I love that.
And he's great. Highly recommend people looking him up. And also, Michael was a product of Larry Moss, who's fantastic.
great.
Yeah. So I just like take little pieces of stuff, and
Yep.
then my dad, watching him over the years,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, but I never feel like I'm there. I always feel like I'm starting fresh all the time.
Yeah.
Like you never. It's always like that saying, like, when is an artist's last brushstroke on their
It's like,
painting?
it's almost never.
Never, right?
Yeah.
You can always tweak and make it.
You can always tweak it. And also, like, the way you look at the artwork, every time you look at it, you may see something new.
Yeah. Like, oh wait, there's a bit of orange I got to put in there.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
Oh no, I got to do more over here, and then
Yeah.
So that's what's also really cool about being an actor, is like it's always changing and adapting. Like if you look at actors, 100 years ago versus 50 years ago, it's all changed.
It has.
It changes so much.
Yeah.
And styles change, but then you find actors that kind of resemble an older acting style, and you're like, oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
And you want to do a little bit of that. Or
Yeah.
you get like Johnny Depp, who's totally immersive in his characters, and
Just by
So-
mimicking
Yeah.
and watching how
yes.
they.
So I have like so many different styles. I wouldn't say I'm method. I love immersing myself in that stuff, but I don't like losing myself. I feel like I take my job very seriously, but I feel like,
Like Heath Ledger and how he got into that.
yeah, there is that way, which is like, it's interesting, but like, who said it really well was Nicolas Cage said a great, he talked about, he was talking about Long Legs, where he played this serial
I
killer.
saw it.
Yeah, and he was incredible in
Yeah.
that. But they asked him, like, was it hard for you to like get out of that and all this? And he was like, no, I'm a craftsman, and I use my tools, and I go in there and I tinker and fix it, and then I'm able to like, go step away from it.
Right.
And I just thought that was such a simple
Simple.
way of talking about it.
Yeah. You dive in, then you dive out.
Yeah. And there's obviously times where the emotions can get in there, and but I don't try to let them wear upon me. I never want to come home and still be
In that character,
Yeah.
charged up. But that's the thing, though, because even though you're playing a character, you're still reliving that emotion. So almost like I wanted to create a class called Character Recovery, where afterwards you need some tools to shake it off.
Sure.
Yeah.
Totally. And I think it changes from person to person. I like to, in the moment, imagine whatever it is that I'm having to think about. I hope that scenario will bring me to the state that I need to, because it's usually something that's emotional. Like there was a scene in my other movie I did in Toronto where I'm talking about, there was an instance in an unfortunate police shootout, and someone had passed away in the scene, and I was thinking about, like if that person who I liked or whatever, like the feeling of what that would be like if they really were gone, it made me emotional.
Yeah.
And that's just such a big, topic. People can, go, oh, your dog that died or this, that. I mean, everyone has their own techniques, and there's nothing wrong with everybody's way of doing it.
Yeah, definitely. You can source from your own past experiences,
Yeah.
or you can be really present in the moment as if it's really happening.
Yeah, exactly. And I never feel like, oh, I've got it. I'm a great actor.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have to do anything else anymore. It is never like that.
Always learning.
Always insecure. Always trying to figure out what the best thing is.
Okay. How do you get over that?
Getting over insecurity is interesting. I try to. Oh, that's a great question. I find that like by doing the work puts you through that process, and it's I'm trying to think how I word this properly. Trying to overcome insecurity. The only way to get over it is to like
Go through
charge what you're doing.
For-
Exactly, go through it. The only way out is through. People have said before, and it's true. You know, you got to get through. It's like when you're on a plane and you're scared of flying, you just got to ride the plane and then you land and then it's over.
That's right.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Or ride the turbulence out.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And
But never don't do something because the insecurity takes over, because then you'll let it win,
yeah, heck no.
you know?
Screw the insecurity.
Yeah.
Keep like moving forward, lead into your strengths.
Sure.
And like you'll something positive will come out of it. Better
Yeah.
to move forward than to not, to do it than to not.
Totally. Henry Ford said it's one of my favorite quotes. He said, opportunity, and I'm sorry, failure is, wait, what did he say? He said, failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently.
Oh, I love that.
That's it.
Great quote.
Just do it again until you get it right.
What? Yes, definitely. What I think of before? Failure is only feedback to put you in the right direction. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's great
Why
too.
not?
I love
Hello.
that. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All
It's
right.
great.
Me and Henry Ford. No.
Yeah, I mean, I bet maybe you had people that you, like when you said I'm doing a podcast, they're like, you're doing what?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe. I
I
don't
actually
know.
didn't even tell anyone. I just did it. I'm just like, all right, here we go, podcast.
star.
We're doing it.
Rock star.
Yeah. And I also, so speaking of like overcoming fears or challenges, I created a product last year called Kanna Bites. And
Oh, wow.
Kanna is a plant from South Africa.
Oh, I love it.
Relaxes you and enhances mood. And if you want to try it, go for it.
Wow. It's a chocolate?
It's a chocolate.
Okay.
So it's a serotonin booster. So the only counter interaction, you can't have it on an SSRI.
Okay.
But it's just going to boost your mood, make you feel calm and happy.
I love it.
So
I
go-
will. I will
okay.
try some. I
Okay.
will.
Awesome.
I take like a mushroom coffee in the morning.
Nice.
You know, just has like
Lion's mane.
nootropics and lion's mane,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So I do appreciate this a lot.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Great way to ease the
Kanna
nerves.
Bites. I love it.
Yeah. So cool. So yeah, how do you stay on vibe?
How do I stay on vibe? It's interesting. I don't, people ask me, you know, you're so busy, do all this stuff, and I never have a proper answer of like how, you know, my formula. Like the thing that always gets me is like just continuing to like persevere. It's like the work and fuels me to continue to get to where I want to be. And I've always had this thing when I was younger. I always wanted to be like the ultimate man.
Okay.
What is that?
What is the ultimate man?
I suffer from like a superhero complex where I'm always trying to be like the savior for everybody. It's like a personal thing. I've like literally talked about it in therapy. And I don't know, you know, we've talked about like where it comes from or whatever, but it, you know, it could also come from being a people pleaser as well.
Yeah.
You know, and I think like I if you go on my Instagram and you look up, I have like there's like justice, faith, nobility, courage, and kindness, and those are right in my bio. Those are the virtues of a knight, and you couldn't become a knight unless you applied those to who you are. Like you couldn't, you know, if you didn't show those virtues, you couldn't be a knight.
Interesting.
So I feel like for myself, I always want to like exude those qualities into the world,
Yes.
you know, and I think
That's the ultimate man.
it's something that I'm working through, figuring out. Yeah. And just being, I always wanted to be like the bigger person, like in the sense of like the positive way, you know, like why go the negative route?
Yeah.
Look at the opportunities rather than the negative.
Absolutely. That's very heroic. And
Thank you.
yeah.
And so staying on vibe is also just, you know, being okay with like the failures, like we talked about, like that's like it's totally okay. I cannot tell you how much I have failed, so much. But again, they're all opportunities, and it's all part of building your character, who you are.
Yes. All soul growth.
Yeah, like it takes a lot to break me down because I've failed so much.
Wow.
And I built myself through failure.
Incredible. That's key.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you. So much wisdom. Love it. Well, thank you for being here. Seriously.
Oh, thank you. God, it goes by fast.
I know.
doesn't it?
I know.
It's unbelievable.
It goes
We
so
just
fast.
got started. I feel like you didn't get a chance to talk as much.
What the heck? It's okay.
I'll have to come back. We'll do part 2, 3, 4.
Part 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So can't wait to see your new films coming out. Check out Jesse. Where can they find you?
It's Jesse Cove across all my socials.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
JSSE KOVE.
Yeah. All right. Till next time on OnVibe.